Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Happy Friday night to you. Let's see who's in here tonight. It is Lori with It All Adds Up and Philbeck. Just fixed my tomato basil pizza on my way to goodness. Oh my, what goodness. That does sound good. Hi, Heather. Robin with Garden State So-and-so. Yeah, that does sound good. Homemade pizza. I'm having pizza and salad for dinner myself. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate it. Hi, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. How are you? Thank you guys for coming in to hang out with me on this Friday. Not exactly evening, but almost pre-evening, kind of like pre-evening. So Jan is not going live tonight. I'll probably say that again later, but I thought I would say it now. I just saw her that she put that, so I thought I'd just let you guys know in case you do go by and check out Jan's channel. Please share this live out on your community tab if you know how to do that or if you can. So what did I do today? I chopped up bell peppers. I harvested bell peppers again and chopped those up. I've already harvested bell peppers several times. Harvested my evergreen bunchy onion. I've harvested some pink brandywine tomatoes. I harvested my very first cantaloupe. There it is. What do you think? Yep. So there's still time for more. Also have a possible chance of having watermelon. The vines look really good and healthy. I do still have some flowers out there for pollination. And I have already started pulling some things out of the garden because it's really hot. It's really hot here in Texas. Listening while taking a break from the rototiller. Jennifer's putting her garden in, and I'm pulling mine out. I still have some of the garden left, but I have pulled out some things. Hi, Carol. Are you at home yet, or are you still in the hospital? Just curious. So I chopped up bell peppers. I've already harvested shishito peppers. So that's at least 4 different things I've harvested from survival seeds. Yep. So Linda must be working on some kind of project. What else did I do today? I did some cleaning. I actually have been watching a series on YouTube called Christy. And it's actually a book. I listened to the book on Beverly Wolfie's channel. She had like Little House on the Prairie and Anne of Green Gables. So I got listening to some of those series, and then it got me on to listening to Christy and a few others. So I saw that there was a series on it. So I started listening to that. And it's really good. It's a long series. I don't know if it's going to go all the way through the series or it's going to be, because some people are making comments that parts of it are missing. So that makes me wonder if the story is just going to stop suddenly and they're not going to. It must have been some kind of a TV series that they had on. Beth, BNS Odyssey, how are you? Oh, no, I didn't see that, Jennifer. Thank you so much. You know, after I sent that email, I was trying to remember if I'd sent the email to claim my seeds. And I was like, now I feel silly. It's like, did I claim the seeds or did I not claim the seeds? So now yeah. Anyway, whatever you send me, it'll be good for next year. I have already started my hydroponics. Hi, Rainy Ridge. How are you? I found your video very interesting that you put out today. I was very curious by the title, so you did a really good job on that. I was very curious, like, what is she going to say in this video? I was really curious. So you did a good job getting the curiosity going there. Oh, I'm behind on comments. I always think I'm doing okay, and then all of a sudden I see a bunch more comments, like I didn't scroll up or something. Your screen is black. Is everybody seeing me okay, or is it just something wrong with Beth's phone? I understand. I understand what you said about how we do so much preparation for one video, because, like, I'm going from, okay, so when you're gardening outside and you're making a gardening video, the challenge with that is you got to figure out your angle. So if you're trying to harvest something, you have to show yourself picking it. So it's hard to video yourself and pick it, and it's hard to get the camera angle right. So there's camera angles to deal with. And on top of that, if you're talking about gardening, you're also talking about, oh, I got to get my weeds out of the way. I got to clean this or do that. There's always something. And then when you're doing cooking videos, you have to make sure your kitchen looks good. You have to get the camera angle right on that. You're totally right on, there's a lot of preparation. Sometimes you may even write out, not exact script, but you may write down some key points that you're going to talk about in your video. So there's the planning, the cleaning, the buying. Like, say if you're doing a recipe, there's buying the food. Then you may do some pre-chopping and measuring before. Then you have to video it, cook it, show it after it's cooked, and maybe even do a taste test. Then you have to edit, voice over if you're going to voice over anything, add little extras and end screens, and post it and make a thumbnail. So yeah, it's a lot of preparation. Yeah, even a 3 to 8 minute video can be like a whole big thing if you're having to edit a bunch of stuff. So digging a bunch of rocks out, I bet. Yeah, I bet that's a challenge. Hi, Rita. How are you? Our half acre homestead. Yeah, you're talking about Beverly Wolfe. I haven't ever watched her homesteading channel. I started following her to listen to the Little House Books Read, and then I went on to Green Gables and Christie and several other, mostly old. She reads mostly old type things, and that's kind of like what I like to listen to. Hi, Nancy, our treasured home. Too hot to do anything outside. Yes, it is way too hot. I'd love to have a bird bath. I'm afraid in my case, though, it may add to the mosquito population. So I don't know. I've been thinking on that. Okay. I'll try to send you one another week. I just thought I'd send the link out to a few different people just to see if they wanted to come up and talk. So I just put it out. I think I sent out four or five emails. Yeah, your video just happened to pop up, and I was like, oh, I like the title. Let's see what this is about. So you did a good job with that. Thought that was good. I was thinking about doing another YouTube tips video. What do y'all think about that? If you think that's a good idea, put a 1 in the chat. Thank you, Anne, for answering my question from earlier. Okay, good. I'm glad it's working now, Beth. Get out of your farm clothes. I don't know what you're talking about. What? My farm clothes, my Dolly Parton t-shirt and my braid and my sweatpants. Fancy, fancy. I cannot wear shorts for the rest of the summer because I have a kitten and she likes to climb my legs. And I have these like claw marks on my legs. It's terrible. Yeah, it's incredibly hot. I still have a few things going out there. I still have pink brandywine tomatoes. I still have bell peppers, shishito peppers, cantaloupe, watermelon, tomatillas. I've already harvested all of my onion. I think the bell peppers will probably go all the way into like September, October. So that's like still going. Wait, let me see if I missed something here. Oh, you're thinking about doing Jello in July. That would be awesome. Yes, I noticed you needed to put out another video, Heather. I noticed you had not put out a video in a while. Huh. Carol wants to see a YouTube tips video. I think everybody should do YouTube tips video. I think if you've been on YouTube at least a year, you have something to teach somebody else. So yeah, I am all for everybody doing YouTube tips videos. I used to do stuff like that more. I haven't done anything like that lately. I've even done a couple of little tutorials. I ended up doing a tutorial for how to use the YouTube random comment picker because I had people entering Fall Fest and they didn't know how to use it. So I made a video to show how easy it is. And that way, anytime anybody ever asks that's joining the collab, I can refer to my video where I showed how to use a YouTube random comment picker. I think people get really super nervous about doing the, you pick some cayenne peppers, that's awesome. They get nervous about doing the Fall Fest, but it's really, really very easy. You read like 10 rules. You give them a secret word. The video sits out there for several weeks. And then on top of all that, then eventually you draw for your semifinalist winner. You'll know when it is because other people will be drawing too, and I'll draw. And then after that, then you just wait about a week after everybody's picked. Then we do the big finale and they draw for the winner. So it's really easy. And if somebody doesn't know how to use that YouTube random comment picker, I can even draw for them. I can pull up their video and draw for their winner. I have done that in a couple of cases for people. I'm getting 3 in mid-July. You're getting 3 videos out? Yeah, I don't work outside in the heat. I get up in the morning, I feed the chickens, I water the yard, and then I do a little bit of work in the yard. And that's it. Today, I really didn't do any work in the yard. I just, and I didn't have to water. I just fed the chickens and came back inside. Fed and watered the chickens and came back inside. That's it. I was just not feeling it today. But I have all the way through October to start pulling things out and composting. So as I'm planting my garlic in October, I have to water it. I water it, I think, about a month until it gets coming up. And then I just let it go for the season. So I'll probably water it through October. And then when November hits, I'll just let it, it'll get the moisture from the ground and then it'll be coming up in the spring. So this is my second year of garlic. So I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but smoke from Canada. Yeah, that's a reason a lot of people are not in the yard because of the smoke. I know they have it in Virginia, West Virginia, and Ohio, Indiana. Yeah, up there in Montana, I think. Yeah, I water. Yeah, I water when I first get up in the morning. After coffee, of course. You have it too. You have it too, Lori. You have the smoke. That's terrible. I see. I don't do very well with smoke, like campfire smoke, people burning their trash, cigarette smoke, any kind of smoke. Because I have asthma, I don't do very well with smoke in general. So that would be very dire, horrible circumstances for me. Yeah. I do not like to have to go to the ER and have a breathing treatment. That is not my favorite thing. A little in Kentucky. Oh man. Yeah. We've had rain from weather and we've had some wind. And we had a pretty bad windstorm where a bunch of branches fell down, but nothing like other people who are getting flooding and entire big amounts of smoke. Yeah. What you doing, boo boo? Evacuation zones. It's bad in New Jersey. Robin, I looked that up on what states are New England, and I did not realize that New Jersey was not part of New England. Like, I even had to look it up. I was like, I had no clue. I just included everything up there as New England. I had no idea. I didn't know. I was like, I guess maybe to a New Jersey person that could be insulting. I don't know. I mean, I hold New England in high regard, so I think up there is cool because I live in Rhode Island. So to me, it was a compliment, not an insult of any way. But I mentioned it to my husband, and my husband said, "Well, maybe people in New Jersey don't like to be called New Englanders. Maybe that's an insult." And I was like, "Really?" So I didn't know. Anyway, I apologize for calling you a New Englander. Yeah, I did not know. But for me, it would have been a high compliment because I like it there. I mean, I don't want to live there, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. I'd love to go up there and show my husband how pretty it is there because it is gorgeous. Look, look, you're on camera. Look at you. It's you, boo boo. Not insulted at all. Well, I guess, you could be competitive against each other, but for me, it was high praise. In my own little brain of being a Texan. I mean, I lived there. I lived there for 5 years. So I lived there for a while. I actually had a bit of an accent. I actually lived there long enough to start losing my Texas accent. And my sweet little Jade, yes, sweet little Jade, she's getting bigger. She's actually getting bigger. I know she still looks little, but she's getting bigger. She's actually getting bigger. See how pretty her eyes are? She's a mess too. She is a holy terror. She can go from sleeping to holy terror in like a New York minute. Look at that girl. Look at her. Hi, Adrian. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Robin. She's a sweet little thing. She is a mess though. She's a sweet little mess. She's a sweet little hot mess. Yeah. And her and Bubba are doing better, but they're still not perfect. I still feel like he's trying to escape her cuteness. Yeah. She's got a lot of cuteness going on. She's going to be a pretty kitty, definitely. Look at that little face. Look at that face. She's looking at me. She likes to mess with my chin. I'm not sure why. I have no idea. But yeah, I have to wear sweatpants in the middle of the summer because she likes to climb my legs. That's the only way I can protect myself. Yep. So anyway, they've laid together a couple of times. Sometimes she'll crawl up and lay on top of him. She also thought at first he was a mama cat because she was looking for his, yeah, because that's how she is. She thought he was a mama kitty. And she's used to being around a lot of cats because there was at least two grown cats and a whole bunch of kittens, a couple of different litters of kittens at the house where she was. So she was around a lot. There was a lot going on where she was around. And to go from that to having two old boring people and one cat that doesn't want you has to be kind of hard on her. Poor baby. Thank you, Anne. That was sweet. Thank you for the super chat, Anne. Much appreciated. She just stares at me. She likes her daddy too. She likes my husband. She's a good baby. She will be spoiled. Yeah, she'll be spoiled. She's all about the mama during the day, but when daddy gets home, she's all about the daddy. So she's gonna like us both. That thing about cats only liking just one person, I think there are some cats maybe like that. I think there's some dogs like that too, but I think she's gonna like everybody. Your voice is going out. Oh no. Elderberry syrup sounds good. Yeah, I should video that. Have you videoed that yet? After all these years of being on YouTube, it feels like we've videoed absolutely everything. My mom's like, video this, video that, and I'm like, Mom, I've already videoed all of our family recipes. They're already out on YouTube. I said, now I have to look up new recipes. Your cat is probably teaching her manners. Teaching who manners? Me? Oh, my cat. My cat is teaching her manners. Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's actually cleaned her and he's laid with her a couple of times. But I wouldn't say they're exactly friends yet. Create your own. Create your own. I'm trying to figure out what she means by this. Create your own. Or create your own. Oh, recipes? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I have had an idea of what I want in my brain and looked up about 5 or 6 recipes and watched a bunch of them. And then I'll look at my pantry and use recipes of things I have and usually add or omit. So it kind of usually ends up being kind of my recipe by the end because I've changed it so much. So That's good. It's very good. Hi, Jamie. How are you? How are you doing, Jamie? How's your garden? Yeah, you are so lucky. My garden's burning up. I have a good garden early, and then when you guys are doing good, my garden's burning out by then. So I've already started all four of my hydroponic stations, and I will start doing hydroponic updates in August. And I also did a hydroponic setup where I set up the machine. I had to stop the video, look at the directions, and go back to the video. So good thing I know how to edit now, because I did not know how to put that together. I thought I was just going to be able to put it together no problem. No, I needed to look at the directions. Yeah, that reminds me, I need to make a video on what I'm going to grow in hydroponics. But yeah, last year I had 3 systems, this year I have 4. So I'm continuing to increase. The goal is to have 5 or 6 eventually. So I'm pretty close to 5 because I just need one more. 6, I need 2 more, maybe in a couple of years. Maybe if I get 1 a year. Shade cloth across the top. Started a few fall crops indoors. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. I thought about planting a second batch of squash just because I did have vine borers this year, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to or not. I know I'll have bell peppers and cantaloupe and all that. I'll probably have that on into the other seasons, but yeah, lettuce. I like growing lettuce and tomatoes so far. Seems like herbs are pretty easy to grow. I grew mint last year. This year I'm going to try parsley. I decided for my herb this year I was going to try parsley because I already have mint put up and I already have cilantro put up. And I didn't get any parsley this spring, summer. So I decided I'm going to try to see if I can get some parsley put up by growing it in hydroponics. So that is what I'm going to try to do. The goal was to grow enough bell peppers to not have to buy any bell peppers for the whole year. So we'll see. I do have quite a bit of bell peppers put up. So we'll see. We'll see if I reach that goal or not. But if it goes all the way through October, I might actually end up with enough for the year. And I'm actually washing them and chopping them up into dice-sized pieces to where when I'm going to cook something, all I have to do is throw it in a pan and let it cook and thaw. So I also have onion cut up when I did my evergreen bunch of onions. I actually already have onions put up as well. Yeah, lettuces seem to be fairly easy to grow and they come up really quick. I basically want to grow my own salads for the fall and winter. No, no, I didn't, Adrian. I did not. By the time I got it, I had at the time when I received it, I had a whole planter full of different kinds of lettuce. So my goal is to get that lettuce out, the heat tolerant lettuce out for next year. So, and then in hydroponics, you can just grow any kind of lettuce. The only kind of lettuce you can't grow is the kind uh, that's the, what do you call it? The head. You can grow the loose leaf. Loose leaf, is that the right word? Yeah, I need to go harvest my basil, oregano, and sage. Grow parsley in the kitchen. Wormy things growing it outside. You. Oh, okay. That's cool. Well, I have lots of lettuce, and I did just leave the one that you gave me separate because I knew it was slow bolting lettuce. But the rest of my lettuce I have it in a medicine bottle, and I like mix all the different kinds together so that it's a mix because I like my lettuce to be different. But I left the slow bolting one in its own package because I want to know exactly which one that is and have it. I want to grow that one separate so I can see how well it does on the slow bolting thing. And then if it does really well, I may consider purchasing it later on. Kept it in partial shade, yeah. Well, every year I got a new plan. So this year I've decided that I'm not going to grow the tomatoes in the really huge raised bed. I'm going to try to grow my lettuce now in skinnier beds because it got so overgrown that I could not prune it on the bottom properly. And it just wasn't getting enough airflow, and they were too big, and they were falling over, and they were just a mess. I did get quite a bit of tomatoes out of them, and there's still more out there, but and the cages did not work. The cages were not strong enough, big enough. The cages were just inefficient. Pink Brandywine tomatoes are big tomatoes, and they're heavy, and the plants get really tall. So I think you should have a different thing besides a flimsy tomato cage to hold them up, because it just laughed at my flimsy tomato cage. It just laughed at it and fell over. Yeah, I've actually pulled some of it out. There's still some of it out there, but I pulled some of it out because it was just like, it had grown into the aisles and it had covered up the archway. It was just like a mess. Jade, yeah. Yep. Did y'all watch the little video of Jade playing? The little playing video. I've also put out a couple of shorts. Jade is a kitty cat movie star now. I told her she was going to be YouTube famous. Everybody knows her name already. So, ooh, she scratched my chin. Ouch. Kittens are brutal, though. They will scratch up your legs and your back and whatever else. No, baby. She's an adorable little mess. She's like, why did you put me down? How dare you? She's funny. Yeah. So what's everybody having for dinner tonight? Anything exciting? Anybody doing anything exciting this weekend? We're not really doing anything exciting. We have a potluck at church on Sunday right after church. That's pretty much it. Next weekend on Friday, I will not be live because next Friday will be our church game night. And I don't go live on church game night because my husband and I are the ones who are leading the church game night. So we have to be there for that. So next Friday, I will not be live because I will be at the church for game night. Ooh, canned apples today. I know Simply Jan Homestead's been canning a lot lately. Had a peanut butter sandwich. Oh, that was your dinner. Flounder for the first time in years. Oh, that's what you're having for dinner tonight? That sounds good. Human baby nail clippers. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we're doing pizza and salad. I've already decided it because it's easy. Yeah, that's what we're having. And then tomorrow, I'll be making up a big batch of King Ranch chicken for the church. So I'm using my own homegrown bell peppers for that. So I have a lot of bell peppers. I'm really proud of my bell peppers this year. They did really good last year too. So she's scratching my face. You can't scratch the face. The legs, at least I can hide. The face, no, not the face, not the face. Yeah, I know, she's a mess. She's a little mess. She's feeling frisky. I know. She just wakes up like that. She wakes up frisky. Actually, she just woke up when she heard me talking for the live. She was asleep. It's just like a baby. I have to get my stuff done while she's asleep. Oh, you're in a bad haze where you're at. A lot of people are dealing with the smoke. I'm so sorry, guys. That's terrible. I would not be able to breathe. Yeah, Simply Jan Homestead's not going live tonight. So I don't know what she's doing. If she's canning or working in the yard, I'm not really sure what she's doing. Yeah, it's bad there too. Hi, Echo. How are you? Yep. I just have been planning for fall things and winter things and just trying to figure out the content for fall and winter. I'm going to kind of be starting my fall winter content a little bit early because my garden is she's trying to bite me and I can't get my hand out. Kitty. Hi, Ginger. How are you? Oh, sorry. Yeah. So if you haven't met my baby yet, this is Jade. My kitty passed away a little over a month ago. Her name was Miley. She was an orange kitty. And I got this brand new kitten. And she is a little mess. She's a little spoiled mess. I think she's chewing on my hair. Yeah. So sorry for you guys with the smoke. That's got to be terrible. Oh, the baby. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. God, seems to be a lot of states dealing with the smoke. How many of you guys are dealing with the smoke right now? If you're dealing with the smoke, put a 2 in the chat. How old is she? She would be about 7 or 8 weeks. They gave her to us. She's already grown. Oh, yeah, that'd be hard to breathe with the mask on. So, Jamie, Robin, anybody else dealing with the smoke? Still tiny. Yeah, she is. She is. She has grown, though. I can tell she's grown. Better here today. Oh, okay. Not as bad as some. Yeah. That's at least 4 of you guys that are dealing with the smoke. I remember in 2020 when we were coming back from Montana after visiting sister-in-law, there was some smoke leaving Montana going back to Texas, and the smoke was getting bad. Yesterday was really bad. I think 500. Is there like a smoke scale? Is that what the 500's for? Does it have to do with visibility? Oh, you have smoke too, Lori? Yeah, it's crazy. She just climbs right up me. That's why I'm wearing sweatpants in the middle of the summer to protect my legs. My poor legs. She climbs me like I'm a, I don't know, mountain or something. Ow. Very mild. It's supposed to be thicker in the next few days. Oh no. Let's see. I don't watch the news, so there is an index. Yes. Okay. I figured that's what the 500 must mean. Some kind of a. See, I don't watch news at all. The only news I get is if I see it on a YouTube video or see it like somebody at church mentions it, or so I have a very small world. YouTube, church, and husband. Sometimes hubby will hear things and come home and talk to me about it, but it has to be significant to him. One time he didn't tell me about something, and I found out later, and I was like, why didn't you tell me that? And he's like, oh, well, I didn't think you would want to know. I was like, I need to know stuff. So anyway, hi, Butler Family Farm. How are you? Jerry and Susan, what's up? Everyone keep voting for Jerry and Susan for couple of the year. It's on Facebook. My hubby has gone on there and done that, and need to do it again. What number are you sitting at now? It's all about the true crime. Yeah, currently we're watching Criminal Minds, so that's in the crime type stuff. I don't know about true crime. It's fictional crime, but it's probably some of it's probably based on real stories. She wants my attention. Yeah, she probably does. Yeah, she does like attention. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'd rather be oblivious. Just obliviously going through your day when something bad happens, as opposed to dreading and freaking out over it all day. I think I'd rather be oblivious sometimes, but not always. But he was thinking like I normally think, which is she wants to be oblivious. But then he realized that there's some things I do want to know. So hopefully he comes home and tells me stuff sometimes. I think he was the one that came home and told me you're third right now. Okay. We need to get you back up to second and first again. You said they're going to keep voting all the way through October. So it's going to be a continuing process. Just continue to remind us. He's putting a link up if you want to go vote for Jerry and Susan. They have a chance to win $10,000. So that would be a really significant amount of money for anybody, really. The Bray on Netflix. Haven't heard of that one. We actually got rid of our Netflix. Yeah, we still haven't got through Criminal Minds, Adrian. Adrian's the one that recommended Criminal Minds to us because we had watched a lot of shows like that. The Great Awakening. I don't know what that one is. We're preppers. Yeah. Yeah, I try to stay prepped up. I actually just prepped up on some soup making items for the fall winter. I kind of do that every year. Do a little inventory check, see what I need. If it's not stuff I have in my freezer or dehydrated somewhere, I try to get it, keep it stocked up. And in the winter, sometimes when the weather is bad, I like to stay at home and I don't like to drive in bad weather. I don't like to drive on ice. I really don't even want to drive on snow because I never know if the ice is not maybe underneath somewhere. It's based on New Orleans. Yep, I've been to New Orleans once. Really do anything there. We just kind of looked around. I think we were traveling through. Yeah. My thing is if I watch that stuff, I would worry about it and cry over it and get all sappy. So I don't watch the news because it would affect me too much. It's not that I don't care, it's that I care too much. So I remember a long time ago when I lived in Oklahoma, I was watching these girls on the news and they were talking about they were in the tornado and their prom dresses and prom shoes and everything got all, taken away from them in the storm. And even that made me cry. Just the girls with their prom, losing their prom dresses for some reason, that made me cry. So that just shows you how sensitive I am to things. Like, I don't always talk about it or share it, but I do get very upset about things sometimes. I just am a very keeping things to myself. Spencer's your favorite? Yeah, I love Spencer. He's so cool and innocent at the same time and smart. So smart. Hmm. There's a lot of good shows on. We've watched a lot of good crime type. That's the kind of stuff we watch is the crime type. Yeah. That's why I don't watch the news because I can tend to be overly sad and anxious and depressed sometimes. So I try to keep my headspace somewhere good. And my father used to say about me, that you always have your head in the clouds. I said, "Well, Dad, I have to because if I didn't, I'd be sad and depressed and anxious all the time. So I have to stay in the fluffy clouds to be able to function in life." So that's why I try to stay around positive people because somebody could drag me down real easily with their thoughts. And I have to stay where people encourage me. I try to encourage others and I want to be around people who encourage me. Yeah. So I don't watch the news. So, but occasionally I like to be told some big things. Look, she's fallen asleep. She's fallen asleep on me. You see her? She's asleep. I guess just being up there. Hubby said she probably likes laying there and being held there because it's close to my heart. She could feel it beating. Yeah, she went from crazy to chill. I know, it's crazy. So I am the way I am because of the way I am. I have a lot of empathy. Sometimes too much empathy to the point of I can take on other people's problems as my own. And that's good. And it's good to help people, but also sometimes it can be too much because people don't want you all in their business. And if you worried about everybody else's problems, would you be able to function in life? There would be a lot of problems. So, but I try to pray for people and try to be the light. Yeah, and it's a curse and a blessing. Yeah, just like a baby. Yeah, that's right. She's just calm as a cucumber. I think she's dreaming. Oh, she's purring. She woke up. She's purring now. She knew I was talking about her. She woke up. She woke up and she was purring. She takes those little mini cat naps, and she can go from the cat nap to holy terror in no time flat. It's crazy. "12 days off in a row. Wow, that's a good vacation. Yay. Good for you. I hope you're going to do something fun." No. I take care of my husband, take care of my pets, try to take care of my mama. I try to do my best. Try to help people. I'm about to do Vacation Bible School the last week of July. So if I'm not around much in the last week of July, you'll know why, because I am working Vacation Bible School and there's going to be a lot of kids. So it's going to be fun. Oh, and I'm going to be in a puppet show. So that's going to be fun. Hopefully. Wow. It's a great idea, Jamie. I hope you really enjoy yourself. Vacation is important. Definitely. Hubby gets 2 weeks off a year, but he usually takes the weeks separately. He usually does one in the summer and one in the fall winter time to split it up. Starting next Saturday the 2nd. Yay! Vacation Bible School is the best. Yeah, it is. It's really going to be fun. We're going to actually, the Saturday before, we're going to actually go into the church and decorate the whole entire church. Streamers, balloons, all kinds of, doing cutouts, different things. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so pretty. Yeah, and I'm going to make a little video of it. It's going to be fun. I don't think I'll be sharing the video publicly, but I'll be actually making the video for it, but I just won't be sharing. It'll be a private video because it has a bunch of people's kids on it, or it will have. Hoping to be canning a little. I don't think I'm going to be doing any canning this year. Don't have anything to can. I do have a lot in the freezer though. A lot of garlic, bell peppers, shishito peppers, garlic scapes, onions. So I put five different things in the freezer this year. So my freezer's pretty stocked. It's getting more stocked. Luckily, we have a second freezer out there where we put things that are big and we put extra things. And I've got so many veggies and peppers and different things in the freezer that I've had to start storing stuff out there too. Planting more tomatoes. I will not be planting any more tomatoes because I have tomatoes planted in hydroponics now. So one thing I do like about hydroponics is it's so much neater. No weeds, no bugs. And it's not hot. Weather control. So you can only grow small amounts of food, and it does take up a lot of distilled water. So there's that. Because I use distilled water in my hydroponics. Libre. Yeah, I don't know that one. I haven't heard of that one. Enjoy your time off, Jamie. Yes, definitely enjoy your time off. Yeah, we can't go back and do Netflix because once you get rid of it, then it goes up when you try to get back with it. So we didn't have enough we were watching on there anymore. Our main thing that we watch now is we watch Hulu mainly, and occasionally we'll watch HBO Max. And we also have Roku. So we have those three things. And then I actually watch movies on YouTube sometimes. Series, and I also listen to audiobooks. If you don't know that about me, I listen to audiobooks. Okay. Ariella, I'm actually not going to be live very much longer. So in May, we give all the kids flat Jesus to color and laminate. They were take him on summer trips and bring him back pictures for BBS. Should be fun. Oh, that sounds neat. That's kind of like Popsicle Head Heather, I guess. How we had her at the meetups. And then we finally get to have real Heather instead of Popsicle Head Heather. Sorry, Ariella. No, it's fine. It's fine. I just sent it out to a few people. But I'm not going to go over an hour because hubby will be getting home here pretty soon. I could go longer because Jan's not going to be live. But if you're thinking about doing a live, Ariella, this would probably be a good time slot, this 6 to 7 o'clock time frame, because Jan's not going live tonight. She officially sent that out. So that is an official thing. So, but yeah, I'm not going to be going long enough for you to bother getting yourself together for it. So do not rush yourself unless you're planning to go do your own live. Because I have to go cook dinner for hubby. We'll be getting home soon. I do appreciate all you guys coming in here today. There's a cool collaboration out right now. It's out through the end of July called Jello in July. There's going to be a playlist on Tina's channel with Mountain Grandma and Laugh in the Piedmont channel. Lots of cool like summer desserts. I put out one already, and I think there's at least 5 or 6 in the playlist already. So definitely go check out that playlist. See if there's maybe a recipe you want to try. Yeah, so it's really cool. I found one or two that I want to try. So you weren't planning on it. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. She's just in and out of sleep. Poor little thing. She just ran herself to death, climbing me up and down. Yeah. But I'm doing an easy dinner tonight. I'm making a cauliflower crust pizza and a salad. That's going to be our dinner for tonight. Tomorrow I'm making the big batch of King Ranch chicken for church. But I'll probably make a double batch so we can eat it. And then we can eat it. And then also, we'll have one to take to church in the morning. So I'll just probably get everything in the pan. It's kind of like if you're doing enchiladas, you can make them up early and not cook them. Just put all the things together, put the lid or the foil on it, put it in the fridge overnight. And then when you go to take it to your thing, then you bake it because it's already ready to go. So this is probably what I'll do with the King Ranch chicken is get everything in the pan, cover it with foil or lid, and bake it there at the church. They usually have the church oven on a low setting where it can cook all during the sermon. And then by the time you're done, your dish is done and you're ready to go. So works out perfectly. And this week's theme is casseroles. So I don't really know that many casserole recipes. So I decided for King Ranch chicken because I have so many bell peppers. So many bell peppers. You sleeping, Jade? Are you? Are you sleeping? She covered her head when I said that. Are you sleeping? She went, Jade, are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? All right. I'm going to go ahead and end this for tonight. I'm going to go get our dinner ready. And I don't know who else is live. I think Des has a live at 8, I think. And I think Freedom Redbird Brenda has a live at like 9, I think it is. So if you guys want to go check out those lives, thank you for coming in and chatting with me tonight. I appreciate all of you guys. Have a great weekend and go with God. Bye, guys.